everyone, it's me, Sunny Jordan. I am so excited that we are here today. So I want to hope that you all catch any of the videos that you've missed in the last 30-day video challenge, which this is actually video number 3. I skipped the weekend and took a little break, and I tell you, I will not do that again because it slows the process down and it makes you start all the way over again. So if any of you are ever interested in doing a 30-day video challenge, make sure that you include weekends in the challenge. Do not stop on the weekends. Even if it's a 2 to 3 minute video, make sure that you're doing just that, videoing something, continuously doing it, being consistent. That's what I am actually working on, being consistent and holding myself accountable and making sure that I share with my audience and friends some valuable information and lessons that have helped me. So let's get right to it. I'm so excited today because yesterday I actually wanted to do this video, but because of all the excitement, I was exhausted and I fell asleep. What a bad excuse. Maybe I shouldn't tell you this stuff, but I have to keep it real with my friends, right? So today we're talking about prejudgment, prejudging the situation. And in this video, what you're going to learn is how to develop an eye that is blind to prejudgment. Also, you're going to develop a mindset that doesn't have you already in an outcome and reaching results before you even open your mouth. And then you're also going to learn in this video how to simply go with the process and allow yourself to be a part of life in the present moment while you're connecting with new people. We're going to do this simply within the next 5 to 10 minutes. You should receive a wealth of information and knowledge that will help you to reach your maximum success through other people. Because I found that in my journey in this business, in my profession, in my life, that I cannot do it alone. No way, no how, and I don't desire to do it. I like people in my life. In fact, I love meeting new people. I love connecting to new people. And to be honest, people love me. And there are some characteristics that I have learned over the last few years, and pretty much probably the last 15 years, honestly, that have helped me to advance in my life and to connect to anything that I want out of life through what I have now called, or I've now named, super friend power. Or some of you may have heard me say superpower friends. Whatever the case, these are people who help me have that extra power, that extra go-get-it attitude, and has allowed me and helped me to go further in my journey more quickly, with more growth, and also with accountability. They help me a lot. So today I'm going to talk to you about not prejudging. Now, when you think about prejudging, we've all been there before. We prejudge how a dish would taste. When we see the presentation of it, we're like, oh my goodness, that can't be green bean casserole. That doesn't look good at all. We prejudge a party. If we don't see a lot of people there, we're like, gosh, we hadn't hit the jackpot on this. This is going to be a dud. We have prejudged meetings. We prejudge when we are in school, we prejudge our teachers. We prejudge everything. And how many of you want to be honest with yourself? Sometimes your prejudgment is just totally dead wrong. But now, don't get me wrong, you've had some situations, and so have I, where you're like, I knew I shouldn't have came here in the first place. I knew I should have stayed at home. But hey, it's a chance that you're not always going to be able to get it right. But that's why I always say don't prejudge it. Don't have these expectations of something before you experience it. And today I want you to think about how many people you've prejudged. You've decided that you didn't want to connect with, you didn't want to talk to them because either they didn't look like you, they weren't in the same caliber as you, at least that's what you thought. They weren't your same complexion. They weren't from your hood or your neighborhood or your place of that you're comfortable in, and you kind of just block them out for whatever reason or another. Sometimes it could be fear. It could be because you yourself don't want to shed light on who you are, or you're thinking that person doesn't want to entertain you. Whatever the case is, we've done it. We have all done it. But I had the experience, and I often do have the experience of meeting people of all diversities, cultures, just a wealth of people. I don't turn my nose up to people because I feel like every one of them have something to offer this world. Now, I also say that they may not actually bring the value to me, but they do have something to offer, and I believe that everyone has a story. And why not, if you have a couple minutes, are able to learn what their story is. So yesterday I decided to go to a local bakery and have an office setting so that I wouldn't be at home thinking about all the things I need to do in the house, but get outside of my home office and actually begin to see what's going on in the city of Rock Hill. So I go to the cafe or the bakery, and I'm sitting there, and I'm sitting beside this nice, cozy fireplace. I'm sitting in this chair, and it looks just like a living room, and I'm feeling comfortable. I'm doing my work. I'm really trying not to pay that much attention to my surroundings. I'm trying to be zoned. I mean, really in the zone and trying to focus about those things that I need to get done. Well, I noticed this white gentleman, and come in, and he had this nice little hat on. It was green, and he had a white beard, and he was very chippery. And I heard him talking to the sales clerk and talking about coffee and doing all these things, and just like he was there all the time. That must have been his family. So anyway, he came upstairs where I was, and he didn't notice me at the time. And in fact, I noticed him because he reminded me of myself. He was kind of being nosy, asking what did that room have in it? Where did this artwork come from? He was very inquisitive, and I find myself a very inquisitive person. So I looked at him and I said, I also overheard him say that I always make contributions to places, and you never know who you may be able to help, or something like that I heard him say. Now, this wasn't my conversation, but I took those notes down in my thoughts. And it was about lunchtime, and I thought about it, and I'm like, I'm a little hungry. Now, as an entrepreneur and someone who's in transition in my life right now, I don't have a whole lot of money to spend on eating and doing all that kind of stuff, but I wanted to have a reason to go downstairs and enjoy a delicious piece of sandwich or whatever it may have been that I picked up. And as I was walking down the steps, because he had positioned himself, and these are key words, position himself. You see, when the way this restaurant is designed, you come up the stairs, and there's a little two-seater table sitting right there. Then you go up a next set of stairs, and there's an array of tables and just a home-like feeling inside of this restaurant. But see, he positioned himself right in the middle where he could see everything that was coming in from that door on that side. He can see everyone who was coming up, and he can definitely see everyone who was coming down. That was a key thing. I knew that he was being very strategic about himself. So as I walked down, I noticed a piece of paper inside of his bag. Now, some may call this nosy, but I call this observation and just simply finding something unique about someone else so that you can engage in a conversation. So as I went to the guy, I wasn't really going to him, I was going downstairs. But as I went downstairs, I said, man, that is some tiny handwriting. How are you able to read this? Now, take heed, this is in his bag, but it's sitting up where I can see it. And he looked up and he was like, oh, yeah, I have some special glasses for this particular document. And I said, wow, that's cool. I'm glad you can see at least. And I went on about my business and went downstairs and got me some lunch. Came back up and he stopped me. This is the key. I put a little bit of interest in him. Man, who is this girl who had the boldness to talk to me about something that was in my bag? You got to be willing to be bold. You have to be willing to look for something in someone or about someone so that you can begin to engage in them. Now, as I was coming up, I didn't know if he was going to talk to me or not, but he stopped me and he said, "Hey, you're an extrovert, aren't you?" And I'm thinking, oh goodness, let me think about the dictionary. I know, seriously. Yes, I'm an extrovert. How did you guess? Well, not many people are going to stop and say something, have a conversation with someone or engage someone into a conversation or pick something out about someone. That's an extrovert. Not only that, you have a bubbly spirit about yourself. I can already tell that. You must speak in public. I'm thinking, man, is he a prophet or what? He knows me very well, and I'd only just talked to him about a piece of handwriting that simply looked too small for my own eye. But needless to say, I said, you know what? You're exactly right. And guess what? That started a new super friend power. You see, friendships don't have to automatically be long-term or have to be something that is going to, you're going to tell all your secrets to. But this is someone who now is interested in you, you're interested in them, and they now have something in common with you. Here's our commonality. He was an extrovert too. I knew that when he came inside the restaurant, when he spoke to the sales clerk, when he spoke to other customers, when he was being very jolly with his hat and positioning everything and the way he sat down. I observed that about him. Now, let me just get to the point of why I'm sharing this with you about prejudging. You see, he was a white male. I am a black woman with a big puff afro. You know, like, what? If I prejudge, I'm like, he don't want to talk to me. I got an afro, I'm black, you know, he's white. You know, when you start thinking about those things and you're prejudging people, you fail to get to know a certain person. You fail to see what type of opportunities and possibilities that you can build upon. Now, I didn't realize until he came upstairs to me while I was working again and eating my lunch that he was a millionaire. Well, I don't know if he's a millionaire, but he's made millions. I'm assuming he's a millionaire. He may be. But he was an artist. He travels the world to Europe and Italy drawing portraits of people, and he does all of these things. But yet, he took the time to find out more about me. And as I share with him about what I did, he was able to say, you know what? You remind me of someone who could do this. Or there's someone I know who could do that. I would love to get your information so that we can further this discussion and see how we can help one another. You heard that? How we can help one another. Those are keys. Now, what I could have done was walk downstairs, got my lunch, stayed in my little corner, stayed by myself, not engaged in a conversation with this man who just totally did not look like a person that I would talk to or who would fit into my circle. I could have stayed shut in, but I know the power of a friendship. Now, you may be thinking, you may have a totally different idea of what a friend is. When I think a superpower friend, they don't always look like me. They're not always going to agree with me. They're not always going to be doing the same thing that I'm doing. But they're going to be someone who wants to work with me, grow with me, learn who I am, and we together develop a mutual beneficial relationship that is going to allow us both to connect to anything we want in life, money, and happiness. Is that something that you want? Do you always want to be by yourself in this big, gigantic world? Well, maybe you do. But I certainly don't think that you should be. Because this journey is not just about you. It's about you connecting with other people so that you can live out the fullest possibility, so that you can reach your maximum success with the help of others and enjoy it together through a cooperative super living. Doesn't that sound beautiful? Well, you can go into this world with people of all races, ethnicities, diversities, work ethics, backgrounds, experiences, and just be able to have a great time, sharing, helping, and also uplifting, encouraging, empowering, doing something for someone else, I feel joy when that happens. And I love it. And it's so great because now this new superpower friend has a whole array of networks of other people that he's going to introduce to me. And that I will possibly be able to help him in his thought processes of who I am, what my race is, what my background is. You can teach someone something. It doesn't matter how big or how small you think it is. Now there's a part 2 to this particular video, which I'll do next. But in the meantime, I want you to be mindful of this. When you prejudge, you are blocking the possibility of creating new opportunities, new friendships, and profits that can help you reach your maximum success. I hope that you today take this advice and not prejudge. Be open to the experience and have a mindset of not having an expectation of how your friendship will blossom into, but allow it to blossom and allow you to grow. And until next time, I hope that you have a wonderful day. Meet someone new and definitely don't prejudge the person or the result. Until next time, dance to your own beat of your drum. Like this post if you like it. Share it with someone and visit my blog for other videos. SunnyJordan.com. Like me on Facebook, like Sunny Jordan, or tweet me, the Sunny Jordan. I look forward to talking to you soon. Bye-bye.